This is 1947 issue by Levi's, LVC, and Levi's vintage clothing, and the size is 36, length 32. So this is my second post. The previous post was, when I just opening up the brand new and measured brand new, right out of the box, unwashed. So the purpose of this one to see how much they shrunk after just one soak. So I did just one soak in cold water for like 30 minutes, no soap, nothing, and was wearing about a couple of weeks. It started to develop some, like a little fading, as you can see, here, behind the knees. It's kind of already developing all like honeycomb, whatever they called, lines. That's the whole purpose, is to create sort of like, I'm not gonna wash second time for a while now, maybe for a couple, maybe longer. It depends on sort of on individual, if you can hold it for 6 months, that's fine. So the whole purpose to create natural fading, not like the ones cheap jeans they sell on the market. So let's get right to it and measure it and see if it changed. Okay. Proper way to do it is line up, the front and back side. And, let's see. Okay, 18. So it was about 18 and a quarter, 18 and a half when it was brand new. Again, when I soaked them, I didn't let them dry completely. I put them wet on myself, so it did stretch just kind of perfectly on my body. So because normal my size is 34 Levi's and 18 inches, it's just perfect, so it's not tight. So it didn't change much because, like I said, it's kind of important because this is still an STF jeans, even though on Levi's side they don't say STF, but it shrink to fit, which means you have to be aware, especially the lengthwise. We'll get to this a little later, but this way it didn't shrink much. Let's do the front rise. Okay, 11.75. So 11 and 3, just a little bit less, pretty much 11 and 3/4. It didn't shrink this way either. Let's do the knee, across the knee. Yeah, about like 13 inches from crouch. 9 and a quarter. Yep. And most important, length. Okay. 29 and a half. So it did shrunk quite a bit the lengthwise. Not much horizontally though. It's interesting because normally the jeans I'm wearing it's about 9 at the knee, across the knee, and at the bottom hem usually 8. This is a little looser. This is like about half an inch. But I think it's one wash again, one soak. I think if you, in the future gonna wash it several times, and you can actually put in the warm water later. Once the waistline expanded, it's not gonna shrink. So you can do actually this with warmer water and hot water if you want kind of a little bit tighter in the knees. Or you can do later with hair fan, with hot air. It definitely will shrink because it takes several washes actually. Personally, I think I wanted these pants to be a little more straight, a little loose to be honest, and I don't mind. So I have a several like 511s. This is actually run around. But again, you have to wear them a lot in order to develop all this, you know, natural fitting lines. It's not like you wear them once a week and you switch to something else. It's not gonna work this way. You have to be really devoted. So the lengthwise it's fine because 29, that's pretty much my inseam. So you have to be aware because when you buy the new ones, maybe you should go with a couple inches more and get like 36, 34. So, but I don't mind because I actually usually don't cuff it up. So with no cuffing, that's fine. You can get a longer, but be aware that you have to do like hem and service because if you like perfectionist, you know, you have to find some kind of tailor who would do this chain stitch. As you can see, this is what they call the chain stitch, and this is particularly important for some like denim hats because it creates tension here and some kind of like a rope effect when it's fading, but it's not a big deal really. So I have like sewing machine, regular sewing machine, and I've done a couple of them, and just all you have to buy this cotton orange thread and it'll be just fine. So there's a bunch of them, like a Singer companies, they sell those special denim thread. So you could do it by yourself or just your tailor. So it's not really a big deal. There's a bunch of services. You can mail it out and they do it for 20, 25 bucks, this chain stitch. So for some people, I guess it's a big deal. Anyway, I guess this is it. So I'm gonna do maybe update, let's say after like a year and see, after like, that would be my second wash and maybe a couple more washes in a year. The first time a second time I'm gonna try to wash them in about 6 months. So, and that would be interesting to see the progress. Well, thank you guys.